Everyone thinks portable ACs are just loud, power-hungry box fans with a hose, but here's the thing, the TCL 10W3E1 punched above its weight in my tests, because its real-world SACC performance and dehumidification actually beat what the big BTU number alone suggests. Context: I tested this unit over 2 sweaty weeks during a 90+ degree heat spike, logging temps and humidity every 5 minutes, measuring noise with a decibel meter, and tracking power use with a kilowatt. Scroll stop. I expected yet another wheezy single-hose unit. Contrarian snapback. It cooled my 250 square foot office from 86 to 77 in 21 minutes, and the way it does it is what nobody tells you about. Before we dive into what I discovered, quick note, if you're already convinced and want the best current price, I've dropped a link below. But hang tight, because a couple of quirks I found could save you money or a headache before you click buy. Why I bought this? I'm in a rental with casement windows and a home office that turns into a toaster by noon. My last 2 portable ACs, one was a budget 10K BTU that screamed at 60+ dB and barely dented the heat. The other had fancy marketing but tripped my breaker twice and soaked the floor in dehumidifier mode. I needed a set-it-and-forget-it unit that could handle 300 square feet, not sound like a leaf blower, and ideally work with Alexa for timed cooling before meetings. Enter the TCL 10W3E1, a 10,000 BTU ASHRAE 3 portable AC with a SACC rating around 6,500 BTU, Wi-Fi via the TCL Home app, and a dehumidifier mode that promised serious moisture removal. I was skeptical. Single-hose designs usually create negative pressure that drags hot air back in, but if it could balance cooling plus humidity control, maybe it could finally feel like real comfort, not just cold air fighting swampy air. Test 1: Speed and stability. In a sun-baked 250 square foot office starting at 86 degrees F and 62% humidity, I set the TCL to 72 degrees F, high fan, and closed the door. At the 10-minute mark, we were down 6 degrees, at 21 minutes 9 degrees, at 45 minutes the room stabilized at 74 degrees F and 48% humidity. Power peaked at 1040 W on compressor start, then leveled around 950 W cycling, which is in line with a SACC of 6.5 kBTU. Noise measured 56 dB at 6 feet on high and 53 dB on low. Not whisper quiet, but a steady hum I could work over. But then, the single-hose tax showed up. You can feel a slight draft under the door as it pulls makeup air. In a leaky room, you'll lose some efficiency. Test 2: Overnight sleep mode. I moved it to a 200 square foot bedroom, set sleep mode, and let it run from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. Sleep dims the lights, drops fan speed, and eases the set point to prevent freezing you out. Average temp held at 73 to 74 degrees F with 47 to 50% humidity. Noise settled to 51 to 52 dB, which blended into white noise. The compressor cycling was smoother than my older Black Plus Decker with fewer jarring on-off thumps. But then I noticed the exhaust hose radiates heat. Without insulation, it warms the area around it. More on the fix in a second. Test 3: Dehumidifier mode in a rainstorm. With outdoor humidity pegged, I ran dehum only for 4 hours in a 230 square foot living area. The TCL pulled the room from 67% to 49% humidity, averaging about 2 to 2.3 pints per hour in my conditions. The auto evaporation handled most moisture, but I did need to attach the drain hose after hour 3 to keep it continuous. If you're in deep humidity or basements, plan to use the drain. But then I pushed it with the door cracked open. Comfort fell off quickly. Lesson: this unit is great in a closed space. Open concept will neuter it. Test 4: Setup, app, and usability. Window kit installed in 12 minutes in a horizontal slider window. It telescopes out and fits around 19 to 62 inches. I sealed edges with foam tape to avoid leaks. The 5-inch hose is about 4.9 feet long and the unit needs about 20 inches of clearance. Weight is around 50+ pounds, but the casters are smooth. The TCL Home app connected on the second try. Once paired, it was reliable. I built a schedule to pre-cool at 8:30 a.m. and had Alexa kick it on by voice. Latency on commands was under 2 seconds. The remote is basic but fine. Here's where it gets interesting. The most surprising discovery was how much comfort came from dropping humidity fast, not just chasing a low number on the thermostat. In my direct comparisons, the TCL at 74 degrees F and 48% humidity felt cooler than a louder competitor keeping 72 degrees F but 58% humidity. Comfort index wins. And yes, the single hose design does create some negative pressure, but with two easy tweaks insulating the exhaust hose and sealing the window kit properly, I saw a 1.5 to 2 degrees F faster pull down and fewer compressor cycles. I invested about an hour total fine-tuning and the payoff was obvious on my data logs. Versus alternatives, it's quieter and more refined cycling than the budget Black Plus Decker 10K I tried and cheaper than many Wi-Fi-enabled Media or LG options. A dual hose model will outperform it in harsh sun or larger rooms, but you'll pay more and lose some simplicity. If you expect it to chill an open-plan living room or a 400 square foot glass box, it will feel underpowered. In a bedroom, office, or studio up to 300 square feet, it hits a sweet spot of speed, noise, and price. Too good to be true? No, it's still a single hose portable. But tuned well, it behaves like the best version of that category. Now that you know humidity control and sealing are the real unlocks here, you'll want to snag it before the next heat wave empties stock and prices jump. I've linked the best current deal below. Grab an exhaust hose cover and some foam tape with it to maximize performance. Bottom line, the TCL 10W3E1 is a legit 3 portable AC with real-world cooling anchored by a SACC that matches its promise: solid dehumidification, tolerable noise, and useful Wi-Fi control. Buy it if you're cooling a closed 200 to 300 square foot space, you care about humidity, and you're willing to seal the install and insulate the hose. Skip it if you need to cool an open living area, you demand whisper quiet, or you live in a top-floor sun trap where a dual hose or window unit makes more sense. Bottom line, for renters and home offices, this is the portable AC that finally feels like relief, not just noise.